Hello, it's Ari from Ari's Tech Channel, and I'm here to update my previous video on display blocks because it is invalid in the recent versions. I plan to cover a lot more than I covered in the last video. For that reason, I have split this video into 3 sections: display blocks, item displays, and text displays. So without further ado, let's get right in. Now, display blocks. In this section, I have created a book to aid you in making display blocks. The command to get it is in the description. Also make sure you run it in a command block, like I'm doing here, because it will not run in your thing. It'll give you an error. Alright. First thing is aligning on the block. So to do this, stand on the block and hit align center on the second page. As you can see, you'll hit into the center. Now the other ones here, they're for placing on like the side and stuff. You can experiment around with these if you want, but for now we're only going to need align center. So, next step is to summon a display block. So head to the 3rd page in the book and click on summon a stone tag stone. You may think you just summoned a block of stone, but you actually summoned a display block with the texture of stone. If you want to see the command, you can simply hover over the button in the book, or you can click copy that command and paste it into your slash thing. Next, we can add an animation to the display block. Step away from the display block, and to edit the display block, you use the data command. Click on the command on page 4 to change the scale. As you can see, it grows to 2 blocks in size. So, the data command can only change one entity at a time, so make sure you make the command specific. If you turn to page 5, you can see the explanation for how the command works. Start interpolation should always be -1 because that basically tells the game to use game time. Interpolation duration is how long the animation should last in ticks, and then transformation is what to change. This can be scale, translation, right rotation, and left rotation. They should be arranged in the transformation thing as scale, left rotation, translation, and then right rotation. Let's start with scale. Scale has 3 values encased in square brackets: X, Y, and Z. These values start out at 1, and if you increase them or decrease them, the object grows or shrinks in size. Pretty simple, right? On page 6, there are 2 commands that grow the stone 3 times its size, and one that brings it back to normal. Try these out. So first we're going to bring it back to normal, and then we're going to run it 3 times its size. As you can see, that grows to 3 times its size there, and if we go back, we can run it back to normal. Now, let's have a look at them. Click on the copy button under the first command, right here, and go ahead and paste that into a book and quill. So, we can see the data command referencing the object, as you can see, at limit 1 tag stone. The interpolation duration, I've just skipped one, haven't I? Start interpolation, which is -1. The interpolation duration, which is 20. And in the transformation, we can see the scale and the translation. We can ignore translation for now, because we're just talking about scale, which is 3, 3, 3. 3 on the X, 3 on the Y, 3 on the Z. And if you noticed, when we run this command, it increases the object to 3 times its size. 3 on the X, 3 on the Y, and 3 on the Z. Now, let's check out the other command. If we copy that and go to the other book and quill, paste that in, you can see it references the same thing. It's same start interpolation, same interpolation duration, same transformation and translation. Well, the translation is different actually. We won't talk about it right now. But scale is different. 1, 1, 1. These are the default values for scale, which, if you've noticed, sets it back to normal. The next one we're talking about is translation. And this is the one that we kind of ignored over here, translation. This is basically the offset of the position. So this is in a vector, just like scale, so that means it has 3 numbers. Do you know how the coordinate system works in Minecraft? As you can see up here, you see the X, Y, Z. That's basically how it works, except the original position right here, let's say, that is 0, 0, 0. And if you were to walk one block this direction, you can see that 3 changed and went down. So, the way you'd move it is by doing one block this direction, is by doing -1. So let's try that out over here. /data merge entity at e type equals display block. We'll do tag equals stone. Oh yeah, and also the data command only works with 1, so we do a thing called limit 1. We're gonna throw in this. We do start interpolation is -1. Interpolation duration is 20. Then we have the transformation, which is a curly bracket 1, which has scale. Wait, what were we doing again? Oh yeah, translation. Then we have translation, which is 0f. Wait, no. This is the one we wanted to change. X, we wanted to do -1, and we'd see that it moves to the right one. So do -1 f, because we always have to add f, because it means, in programming, it means a floating point, or a float, which basically means you can add decimals to it, which is what we need. Like, not right now, but we will need it eventually. And there we go. So translation is -1 on the X, 0 on the Y, and 0 on the Z. So that block there should move 1 to the right. As you can see, there it goes. If we were to increase this, let's say 2,000. 1 second. Yeah, so editor Ari here, so he's a bit slow, but you'll find it in like 3, 2, 1. Oh, I've got a misspelled start interpolation. Strat. I'm sure a lot of you caught that, actually. So if we do that, now I can see that it... Oh, yeah, because I've gone and done 2,000, haven't I? So it's going to be a while now. That's 2,000 game ticks, not 2,000 seconds. So 20 is... So that's 100 seconds. That's going to take 1 minute and 40 seconds to run. So we don't have that time, so that should be 10 seconds there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That was horrible counting. Hold on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hey, I almost got that there. Anyway, if we were to go and do this, you can see it moves a lot faster because it has to get there a lot quicker. No, something like this, you can see it moves like really fast because it has to get there a lot. That's gone. That's actually completely gone. We're gonna pull that back actually, but it has to move really fast because it had to get here in 10 seconds. Even though it's a whole 10 seconds, it has to get so far. Alright, well that's fun messing around with translation. It's a fun one. You know it is also a really fun one though. Right rotation and goddamn left rotation. So, this is the rotation variables. And they suck. They completely suck. They like really suck, like completely. So, you're gonna have some fun experimenting around with these, but the whole thing is that they have 4 values because they're a quaternion. That's one of my favorite words actually, quaternion. So this is it's the same thing. It's that's the Z, that's the Y, and that's the X, but over here this is W, which I believe stands for width. Correct me if I'm wrong. So we do the same thing over in this one. And they should always... The width should be at least 1 always. If I go ahead and set these both to 0, you can see that it just blips out of existence. So the width should always be 1 on both of them. At least. Give it a second. Sorry, I've gone and put it as 10 seconds. Hold on. I am going to just put this to 1 second. That was half a second. That's not 1 second. There we go, and it's gone back into existence again. So if we go ahead and throw in 180 here, that flips it around like that. If we were to increase this width variable to 180, you can see that moves it around again. As far as I can tell, I mean, I'm sure someone knows how to work these, but for me personally, I have no fucking clue. So, like, if someone has any idea, I would love to talk with them. Oh yeah, go and put that to 0 now. Because I have no idea how these work. So, oh well, have fun playing around with those. Now, okay, so this is gonna sound so absurd. Let's make it so that if you right-click with the caret on a stick, it will erase the block display from existence. Display block. So, go to the very end of the book, page 7. You can see removing objects. These command will blah 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 blah. So run this, and then run this. I've already run this, so I'm not going to run it again. But I'm going to run then this. Go ahead, place a command block down, 2 command blocks in fact. Make 1 repeating and 1 chain. Make the chain one always active and conditional. And go ahead and throw a lever on the repeating one and flick it on. Next, go to page 8. Paste this, the first command into the repeating one. Click done. Go to page 8 again and paste the second command into here. And that's it. Go ahead and grab out your caret on a stick and right click it when you're right next to a display block. If for some reason it randomly stops working, check your command blocks, and also there's a chance that hasn't caught one of the times that you've done it. So you want to go ahead, go back into the book, go to page 7 and run the second command again, because that basically resets the things it has to check. And go ahead and you can right click again. Alright, well that's it for display blocks. So now let's have a go at item displays. Woohoo! So if we go into here, we paste this in, click play, we get the item display toolkit. So item displays. So item displays are displays of items like swords. So I've gone and thrown in an alignment for the center. If you don't really need most of the alignments for item displays because you just kind of walk around and place them. It's not as imperative for block displays because block displays like actually go to all of the edges of the block. So item display, they use this thing here to add in the item. So let's go ahead and run this. You can see that it's stuck in the ground. We don't want this. Let's go to the very last page, click kill. So we're going to align again. We're going to go and get the copy thing. We are going to paste it into here. And we're going to go all the way back to the middle tilde and add a 1 after it and click it. And now you can see it's floating in the air. So this has the tag sword. So we should be able to edit it using the tag sword. So, it's the same animation, it's the same interpolation that, we're just gonna ignore that typo, okay? Listen, I'm gonna leave it in there as a funny thing, okay? We're just gonna ignore it, alright? So, it's the same interpolation as block displays and same with text displays too. So, we can run the same commands on it. You may be wondering, why can't I click this command or copy it or anything? That's because it's the exact same command over here. So you can just go over here and click on this to run it, or click on the copy. This is mainly just for looking at. So it references the sword. It does the start interpolation, does the interpolation duration 20. Transformation is scale, which scales at 3F, 3F, 3F. Let's have a look at that. Yep, we know that works. And then we can also run the back to normal. You guys know what these commands look like by now. So, and for removing it, we can click this, but it says no empty was found because you're not right next to it. Alright. So that's it for item displays. I know that was quick, but you know it's going to be even quicker? Text displays! Woohoo! Okay, so, for creating text displays, you use the /summon command with the text displays, and the mbtita should the MBT data, not the mbtata, should be text hello world. Now, I just want to make a note here. You cannot use spaces with this method. You can have a look at page 3 for the other method. I'm going to show that to you in a moment. I'm just going to show you this command here, which uses the text hello world. So, I want to mention something here. I'm going to go ahead and run this command. Now, I'm going to quote this page here. Sometimes the text will be invisible. Try walking to the other side of it. If you still can't see it, then you are f***ed. But if you can and you want it to be flipped, you can use the command on page 5. Make sure you are within 2 blocks of it, and there's no other text displays there. You click on it, and it will spin round right to this side. It doesn't work to flip round using the same command. I just want to mention that. It just flips onto the same way. I'm sure you can figure it out. Anyway, so the other method, as you can see here, is using this thing here. So if we go ahead and absolutely destroy this thing, I put an alignment in here, didn't I? Oh well, it's fine. So what was I doing? If I go ahead and do this, but I replace the MBT here with this MBT data, as you can see, it's still invisible. We just have to walk up to it and run this command, and it flips around. You can see it's blue now, and there's a space there. Woohoo! So that's all in the book. You can copy this, experiment your own. To get all the colors, if you want to use, this is a list I've linked in the book, which you can click on it and you can click yes to go to the website. I'm actually going to show that website to you now. This is it here. So as you can see, you have the dark red, the red, gold. It's these ones in the parentheses that you use in the string. As you can see here, color blue. Okay, so let's see. I already told you that bit, and this is just removing all of them or within 2 blocks. So, unless I'm wrong, which I don't think I am, that's it. So, I've covered a lot more today than I did in the last video, and I'm sure it's a lot more comprehensive. And that's it. Thank you for watching.